Look at Atlanta, Georgia, Wednesday. Big storms rolling through.
Look at this conveyor belt of moisture in the water vapor loop. Plenty of wind, and it's chilly out there. It's not brutally cold, though. Be prepared. A major change in temperature is coming.
Big changes. Coldest air mass of the season on the way.
I know it's been cold at points so far. It's actually going to get a lot colder over the next couple days. The coldest air that we've had so far this season is on the way over the next few days, and you are going to know it.
And we're actually going to see a lot of our temperatures, the daily highs as well as the lows, running anywhere between 20 to 30 degrees cooler than average in some cases. We're going to have places that pick up their first sub-zero readings of the season.
If you like to be wet and cold, this is the weather for you.
This is kind of an oddly satisfying video to watch, isn't it? Now that's a heck of a beard.
Check out this absolutely frightening scene. This video was shot last week in Alaska. You can see cars spinning out of control and slamming into each other. The driver shooting the video is shocked, as you can hear, as he basically is watching this demolition derby. He eventually gets hit too.
Oh.
Stay cool.
I don't know if you know this. Thor News is for winners, and that's why you're here. So stick around.
Hit the button, baby. This is a Thor News presentation. Thor News presents Party Dance Time.
The Arctic air, very cold. Look at that big plunge of the cold air as it dives and dives and dives all the way down to the south and sticks around through this week.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, winter is here, and with that same note, I now have the seasonal change sickness. It's like a bad flu or something. So I'm going to try not to be too wordy and have my usual diarrhea of the mouth. I'm going to let the experts do most of the talking, but know that if you're in the United States, your day and week will probably consist of rain, more rain, cold, ice, snow, and more cold. We have our first Arctic plunge coming, and if you're in the South, you're probably going to get a lot of water, rain, and flooding. The Northwest Pacific has 2 more giant waves, cloud water coming. CA, right? Holy crud. I just went to mean sea level pressure, and our Eye of Sauron, mean sea level pressure point that's been hanging out between Greenland and Europe, has grown into a monster with a big eyeball on a stalk. That can't be good. It can't be good at all. Just expect more wild and wacky weather. Prepare for flooding. The 6th, Northeast gets slammed, and the 7th, the Northwest starts to get slammed. So, okay. All right, peace out. God bless everybody. I'm going to go back to drinking NyQuil and laying on the floor. All right. Peace out. God bless everybody.
Then headed up towards the Tennessee Valley. Tuesday, there could be some strong storms rolling through the southeast. But then, as we take into Tuesday, another storm charges up from the south, and it does look like rain along I-95. But in the interior sections, could be looking at some problems here with some snow and maybe a little bit of ice.
The first real big Arctic blast of the season is going to be arriving this week.
That coldest air continues to move eastward. In fact, north-central parts of the U.S. may only see temperatures in the single digits.
And we continue to see that blast shaken all the way down to the south towards the end of the week. And then we're not just going to be focusing in on another round for Seattle as we go through midweek. We're talking late Wednesday into Thursday and Friday, but also for cities like Portland. Now remember, this will eventually do a changeover back to rainfall. We could wind up with a little bit of a flood event across the valley, so that's something to keep in mind. Here's a look at the snowfall outlook through Friday with the heaviest snowfall in the white and pink shaded areas. You can see those negative temperatures in so many places across Montana, the Dakotas, and beyond.
It was certainly a southern soaker. Nasty weather in Atlanta, Georgia yesterday. We had a few tornado reports, 7 tornado reports total.
Holy crap.
There's a lot of weather news from around the world recently. We'll begin in Italy, where 2 people died in flash flooding. Look at all of that water. People have been ordered to evacuate in advance of the storms that brought all of this rainfall in several cities in northwestern Italy. There have been hundreds of people, as you can imagine, that have been left homeless. Look at the roads completely destroyed. And some of these intense rains, as you can see, triggered landslides. And the famous Sicilian orange crop, unfortunately, has also sustained a lot of damage within that same region. There was also deadly flooding in Greece, which prompted evacuations and ended up claiming the life of 1 man on the island of Zakynthos, Greece. And then check out this, a massive water spout just north of Valencia, Spain. Some are referring to it as BC tornado. Now we go to Guatemala, where the Volcano de Fuego, meaning volcano of fire, you can definitely see where it gets that name from. The lava just fountaining down the sides. There was ash spewing into the air. The volcano, again nicknamed Fuego, is famous for being almost constantly active and at a very low level.
A stunning change in the New Zealand landscape after the recent 7.8 earthquake. Inspections have revealed spectacular 15-foot vertical displacements across farmland, roads, and pastures. It's being called the Great Wall of New Zealand. From a distance, it resembles the Great Wall of China. The quake struck on November 14th. Scientists are only now finding areas of massive upheaval along the fault lines. In some places, roads end abruptly, only to continue many feet below, reflecting just how powerful the quake was. The biggest tremors were about 600 miles north of Christchurch on New Zealand's South Island.
So everybody be cool and stay cool. If you do enjoy my Thor News weather reports and would like to support my channel, my work, and my efforts, I got a fundraiser going on right now called Thor News Year 5. Keep humor, truth, and love alive. I got a bunch of perks there that are really neato. But if you want to make an instant donation, you can go over to my PayPal button. And I should get back on the saddle and reach a whole new higher level. So thank you very much. If you want to support but can't, I understand. God bless everyone. Talk to you guys soon. Cold dips down. We can see freezing in some areas, so maybe it's time to do a little drinking around the fire pit. All right. Everybody loves cold and wet. Boom. See, there she is. I mean, sea level pressure is when outer space presses in on inner space, or Earth's atmosphere. Once again, there's mean sea level pressure, and she is definitely looking mean. I guess Earth needs some acupuncture, as bad as I need a back rub. And they're saying that in a couple days it is going to get cold, super cold, everywhere. They say it's about to get really, 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 really cold. So yay, right? Okay.
Here's an update to our winter outlook. It seems like a blocking high north of Alaska is going to force some cold air south. So it's the Pacific Northwest that looks like it's going to take the biggest hit. We'll have well below average temperatures.
If you had to guess where this image came from, would you say Hawaii? If you did, you're absolutely correct. Yes, they've recently seen snow there. And I want you to take a look at that. In the background, do you see it? Do you see the rainbow up here? It's kind of a snow bow in the rainbow family. Very, very faint, but you can make out those iridescent colors nonetheless. It's definitely been exciting to see some of the snowfall coming at the Mauna Kea Observatory in Hawaii. It actually had a series of upper-level lows, so not unusual at all to see it snowing there. But when you get this much back-to-back, and the fact that they could wind up with 3 feet of snowfall when it's all said and done, yeah, that's definitely what we're talking about.
It has been a wet and stormy couple of days in the southeast. There's a look at Atlanta, Georgia Wednesday. Big storms rolling through.
Look at this conveyor belt of moisture in the water vapor loop. Plenty of wind, and it's chilly out there. It's not brutally cold, though. Be prepared. A major change in temperature is coming.
Big changes. Coldest air mass of the season on the way.
I know it's been cold at points so far. It's actually going to get a lot colder over the next couple days. The coldest air that we've had so far this season is on the way over the next few days, and you are going to know it.
And we're actually going to see a lot of our temperatures, the daily highs as well as the lows, running anywhere between 20 to 30 degrees cooler than average in some cases. We're going to have places that pick up their first sub-zero readings of the season.
If you like to be wet and cold, this is the weather for you.
This is kind of an oddly satisfying video to watch, isn't it? Now that's a heck of a beard.
Check out this absolutely frightening scene. This video was shot last week in Alaska. You can see cars spinning out of control and slamming into each other. The driver shooting the video is shocked, as you can hear, as he basically is watching this demolition derby. He eventually